Xenia. Could you please introduce your background and why you want to establish useDEM?
Of course, my background in fashion. So why? Of course, because my passion to beautiful things comes from my childhood when I was studying ballet and I was dancing. And on the stage, you always dress up in the fantastic dresses.
Wow.
And after when I graduated from this dance school, I felt so much into interest of costume, how the costume looked like. So I studied design and clothes, technical development and everything in St. Petersburg, Russia. And then I came to China to be more close to factories because my first job was designing for denim clothes. And then I was really interested in the process of the denim development, which is absolutely unique from any type of clothes in your wardrobe. It's a long process, it's interesting, and sometimes you never know what is at the end of the process, it turns out. So my first passion is to stage costumes, and the second one was to jeans, and I create the collaboration in between of that. I was at some point was creating the stage costumes from denim. And when I came to China, it was very grounded experience because to be a designer who is traveling from one factory to another and be there actually how the fashion industry, fast fashion, the fashion that most of the people consume, how this fashion is made. So of course I felt very bad about it, that I'm a designer.
Really?
So there was a moment in my life when I'm a designer and I'm designing something that is harm nature, and I felt so bad about what I'm doing. So I was questioning myself again and again, what can I do? And because my superpower still is designing, so I started to work with the material that is already exists and without any extra producing and overproducing of the new material. So I felt like what material I can use, the one which is on the factory, consider as a waste. So I just collected the textile waste from the factories and started to discover what I can make out of it. So this is how useDEM as a company was born. We decided not throwing away anything, but use them.
useDEM. It's like the brand name, the pronunciation.
It came from the useDEM, but at the end it's just don't throw away, useDEM.
It's a really nice name.
Thank you.
So you were a dancer and a costume designer.
I think we shouldn't miss this part when I was doing the mass production for the big companies. So I was making the mass production on the factories in China for big companies, and this part of course made me to create my own company. Yeah.
Okay. Where I use the denim come from?
So the thing is that it's not actually used because most of the material we use samples from the factories, something that didn't pass quality control, either fabric, the final product. So it can be a tiny bit of problem with the stitches. It can be slightly different color. It can be not well attached label, and it's considered as something that cannot be on a shelf in the store. So we use actually new material, new product from the factories, and our tiny bit of part of our fabric source come from end consumer when people send us them second-hand jeans and we use them.
So most of the materials are from the factories, unused or wasted materials. Do you have some collaborated factories?
Yeah, most of the factories we collaborate with, they are certified, they are using a high level technology to produce fabric, to produce, to wash it, to develop it. And if you ask us, the quality of the fabric is a high quality. And that's the part, this is the sad part. When the fabric is amazing quality, why it should be in the garbage bin, right? You have all the certified, beautiful washing panels come from the production process. And if we have access to this fabric, why don't we use it? So this is like, our luck to be in China, close to all these factories. And actually, when people ask me why China, where else you can find tons and tons and tons and tons of fabric?
Because China has very big factories.
It's about 500 million pair of jeans a year produced by Chinese factories.
It's a very good choice. How does useDEM recycle and upcycle the unused denim textiles into new products?
Well, this is the process which makes us different from other production. Because when the material comes to us, it's in the boxes. And we never know what is inside. We wish it like that, but it's like that. It's all of the boxes are filled with something. We have no idea what. It's always surprise like a Christmas box. You know, like we open the box, and the first part is evaluation. So you evaluate what kind of material or object you got. It's a product, jeans, jackets, t-shirt. It's a pieces of fabric. It can be meter by meter, it can be bigger, or it's looks like a bottom part of the jeans. And The second part is evaluate, is it blue or black or colorful? Then it's a stretchy or not stretchy? It's a heavy or thick? And so it's a massive part that is taking a lot of energy and time, evaluate the material that we got. Because normally, how it's happening? I call to the factory and I say, can you send me 1,000 meters of the same blue color, same thickness, roll of fabric? So I got exactly the same raw fabric in the roll, and now I can start production, right? But we don't have this part. We start from the mass, absolutely mix of the material, and this material first need to be evaluated. Second part, you need to make it flat here. On the factory, we open the jeans on the seam and make it flat. So then we can evaluate how big the pieces that we can use. And then we almost all the time cutting one by one, piece by piece. So normally you put the fabric on a cutting table, like 20, 30 layers, depends on how thick the fabric. And you can, with a laser or knife, cut all these layers in one time. We have to cut one by one.
It really needs time. And also I think it's a big challenge about design.
Absolutely, because it is design, like you have to create, I feel that I'm endlessly can create different things, but still I need to evaluate how much fabric and how big it is. So I'm changing the patterns accordingly, and I have a different patterns for different products, smaller, bigger, depends on how big the fabric.
For example, for this bag, can you do exactly same bags?
Because, for example, this is our core product. It's a backpack made from one pair of jeans. So we have, if you can look at these patterns, it's exactly the same patterns that is fits to the normal pair of jeans. If this pattern doesn't fit the normal pair of jeans, we're just adding a little bit of the fabric. But this is putting an extra process, but at the same time, this is the way how we choose to produce the things.
Okay. So you are the core designer. So if you design, for example, like this bag, and you can make many these bags.
This is also kind of like a difference between us and any other company, because I came from the mass production. So our superpower is a mass upcycling. So we creating the way, the patterns, and how easy to make, easy to place it on the big factory. Sometimes we produce everything in our partner factory, Home Sweet Home, where all the workers are people with disabilities. And sometimes when it's the order is bigger and if they're busy, then we place orders on the bigger factories and make it faster.
I see. And what achievements and data does useDEM have been done in recycling and upcycling?
You want to know how many tons of fabric we upcycled by today? Well, it's kind of difficult to actually say for sure, because at the beginning it was never something like we would be calculating. Right now we're calculating with every single project how much kilograms of the fabric we upcycle. And I can tell you example that we exist already almost 10 years. And some of the projects we would be upcycle 1 ton, 1.5 ton of the fabric. So it's quite amazing. I think maybe we upcycle about 30,000 kilograms, so it's 30 tons. And you can see in our warehouse how much fabric we have. So all this fabric at some point will get into upcycling process. And I think it's only in our warehouse we have maybe 5 tons of the fabric. It's quite amazing because every day when you work, you don't really feel the impact, but at some point when you wake up, you're like, oh, the company's already 10 years exist, and actually we made such a really serious progress on upcycling, and we can be proud of.
I think you really did a lot for the earth and also for the nature.
Well, it's also important part is the humans, like you can imagine how many people would be messaging me saying that I was on your workshop, or I discovered your company, what are you doing, how are you doing, and you guys so amazing. And I start to, how can I help and how to change my life. And now I'm doing, so we are creating the shift and the mindset. We are changing the mindset of the people who are never been in touch deeply with the fashion industry, and they just don't know how much just one single pair of jeans affect the nature. So if for one pair of jeans we need about 4,000 liters of water to produce just one pair of jeans, would you consider buy 5 of them? You would be like, why would I need 5 pair of jeans in the one time? Maybe I'm good right now with what I have. So I think once you are having this feeling about to take care, because it's the most important is how care you are. And once you have this kind of like a first feeling to take care and be responsible for everything what you wear, eat, what kind of services you use. Once you feel that, no, I'm not just the only one from the 8 billion of people from the world. I am the one who can make changes right here and right now, right? So it's like, I think it's we need to pay more attention to our power as an individual. So I'm like, as an individual, change so many lives, and I'm like, as an individual, I upcycle already so many fabrics. So I think everyone can do that. I don't believe that it's something extraordinary. I think it's just a question if you want to do that or not, if you have an intention to do that or not. And this intention comes from the feeling that you are responsible for everything what is around you.
I think you convey very kind messages to the whole world through your products and the workshops, and you attract some people. You make some people come more friendly to the earth, and also they will buy some eco-friendly products. It's a really meaningful thing that useDEM do today.
Thank you.
Could you share some stories of the useDEM's collaborations with other brands like Levi or Adidas?
So I think the most interesting and me personally proud of collaboration with Levi's, because this is the biggest one and oldest one jeans company, and to collaborate with them, it's such a was important part of our development as a brand. First of all, we created this fantastic tree in like a glass box. I was as an artist sitting inside of the box and growing the tree. So that was a very interesting project. And we created bags from them jeans that didn't pass quality control, samples, and all this materials that consider as a waste from production. So this is a collaboration with a denim company, and it's not necessary to be a collaboration with a denim company or a clothing company. How much is important to just a company to be willing to change something. So, for example, this is a Xenia, like a cultural center of the city, and kind of like people love to visit it for the dining and night time, spend nighttime. So this is the banners.
What's it for?
From outdoor advertising.
Advertisement.
It's a banner.
Oh, so it's like the waste materials from the advertisement. Outdoor.
So this one as well is a banner from the walls, outdoor buildings. It's a banner as well. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And we have here fabric from recycled plastic bottles. We made this collaboration with Adidas T-Rex. This is another one Adidas T-Rex project. It's also from recycled plastic bottles, and inside is a filling from recycled plastic bottles. And this is a outdoor jackets of Adidas, as well as samples and something that didn't pass quality control. But also we collaborate with them local brand. This is a quickly local brand, and they are promoting sustainability, advocating using the more natural materials and having this lifelong, timeless design.
Yeah, I know quickly this festival is really popular in their collection.
Yeah.
Have you encountered some challenges when you collaborate with some other brands?
There are always some challenges. It's nothing can be super perfect, like it's most of the time you get into the absolutely new project. Means that it's never the same, and you have to every time create the new way how you're gonna make it. And the thing is, what is interesting about it was it's not boring, and we are always exciting about new projects. So the challenge is always there.
Want to take a tour to the factory?
Yeah.
刚才带我逛那个工厂，我会发现你们有很多比较特殊的员工。
其实这一家是一个特殊工厂，它是一家爱心工厂，所以他们所有的员工雇佣的都是一些残障人士或者是一些社会边缘人士，他们一些培训，给他们就业机会。那我们觉得作为一个可持续的品牌，其实我们不只是在为环境负责，我们应该也有一些社会责任。所以我们跟这样的工厂合作，让他们来帮我们制作生产产品。那其实这个是相互，我觉得对我自己来讲，其实是我们互相的帮忙，因为我们的产品没有大批量去生产，没有库存，我们都是按需生产。那这样其实一些普通的工厂，其实他们是不愿意接我们这些单子的，因为大的工厂他们都希望越多越好，大规模去生产。那他们就可以，哪怕我跟他讲我今天做一个样品，5个做10个，其实他们也是 OK 的。对，你看到小伙伴，其实他们可能会肢体上或者怎么样跟我们不大一样，但是他们的手艺是非常好的。对，我们提出来的要求，他们都会满足，做工也好。当然时效可能没有说，相比于我们所谓的正常工厂，时效上可能会长一点，因为他们不加班，他们也没有换班，就他们每天早上9点到晚上5点半下班。周末节假日从来都不加班，我们只是付了正常的费用，只是说我们在社会上大家普遍知道的工厂，他们过度加班压榨劳动力。
对对，你们不会。
对，他们每天可能早上7点工作到晚上10点。举例子，计件，比如说他们做一件衣服，他拿到多少钱，做的越多拿的越多，那这样其实，在这个环节里面他们是被剥削的嘛，所以成本就会很低。但是我们这里合作的，像刚刚我讲，没有加班，也没有额外的这样的正常的休息，我们所以可能这样的算下来，你的产品做的时候，它成本就是高的。
对，其实我觉得这个确实是两方面，一方面是 是你们的产量可能没有那么的像一些快时尚那么大，所以其实他们的目前的水平也是很高的，他们生产速度其实也是可以涵盖到我们现在想要售卖的产品。一方面是还可以给这些特殊人士一些工作，他们也可以实现自己的社会价值，而且也可以拿到并不低的工资，所以其实这个是一个互惠互利，而且对于社会而言都有价值的事情。
是，
我觉得这个跟你们的品牌理念其实也是非常契合的，不光是从面料、回收材料，还是生产，还是到员工各个环节，都是对环境、对社会都有很大的一个影响，同时还能够带来经济效益。
是，所以像我们的 logo， 很多人会问我为什么你们叫三手再造。其实我们的 logo 就是3只手，我们把它说第一只手，我们说是创造、创意，用我们自己的这些把这些所谓的垃圾的材料添加我们的创意。我们说保护，我们保护环境，也保护人，保护自然，也保护这些材料。还有一个就是连接，我们想通过这样的方式去连接人和人、人和物、人和自然。对，所以我觉得这家工厂也是我们3只手里面非常重要的一部分，他们一直也在支持我们。
是的，我其实今天要是不来你们工厂，我可能就看不到这些，而且我相信可能很多人他都看不到，可能只看到是你的产品。
对，大多数人会抱怨好贵，因为现在买东西太便宜了，快时尚的东西还有包括一些网上购物特别方便特别便宜，所以大家就觉得这些是理所当然的。我一件衣服20块钱应该这样的，他可能没有去思考这个链条上面有多少个环节，多少个人对自然的压榨和剥削，可能大家没有机会去思考这些东西。
对，而且你们的产品我是觉得质量很好的，不管是包包还是我看到绳子、遛狗绳，还有你们的手机链，对，手机挂饰，就质量很好，我觉得用个10年以上是肯定没有问题的那种。可以长期的去使用，而且还是很有意义的，对环境造成一些积极影响的，还能够满足一些人的工作，我觉得非常的有意义的一个事情。就是买了你的产品，我会感觉我整个人也会给社会好像在创造一种价值和意义的感觉，升华了。
对，我们的很多客户是很了解我们，因为我们的低端的客户很多都是我们多年很熟悉的朋友来选择买我们，支持我们，他们也会看到这个产品背后的，就像你来工厂你看到的这些，我们从设计、从生产、从选材料，其实我们都用了很多的心思。对，所以这个也是我们自己做的比较弱的一点，不大会把自己的这些故事讲出来，不行不讲这些故事，因为我们觉得就是正常的，跟我们一样的感觉。
对，没有必要去放大它。
对，就现在我们没有觉得他们不一样什么的。像你说的，其实每个人他们都有很多自己的故事。我们认识时间久了，大家有时候一边做事情一边聊聊天，就会把很多东西把它像玩笑一样的去说出来，去跟大家去交流、去分享，大家也会笑。很多时候虽然是悲伤的故事，但大家讲的时候还是会挺开心的。我觉得我在他们身上其实也学到了很多这种，因为现在社会太快了，大家一直是物欲太强了，一直要买，要更好，但是可能在这儿你就会慢慢的静下来。我们的设备其实很多机器设备也是比较陈旧的，没有那么的发达，所以可能有的时候你在这儿你就会慢下来，跟他们一起做的事情，感觉像一个我们在社会上的那种现在大家说的什么卷或者是
快节奏，
对
不一样。
对，
所以我会感觉这个工作也会给你带来很多的改变，对吗？
对，我做这份工作之后开始思考这个工作的意义，其实不是钱的问题，
不是所有人都有这样的机会去体验到在大城市里的这种慢生活的，所以我觉得是一个很幸福的事情，能见到多元的人做着有价值的事情，对地球有益的产品，还能够带给一些人更好的生活，我觉得这个是一个非常有价值的事情。好棒，我都羡慕了。
你这么一总结，我想这么多，
是吗？
来自己没有想到。
对，因为我可能是第一次来，冲击感会很强烈，因为我之前我真的不知道，我们接纳不同的人，我们不应该去强迫他们，让他们加班或者付很低的工资，这是一个很亚健康的一个社会状态。对，就这个就应该是我们做的事情，
所以我们才是正常的。
对，其实这才是正常的公司应该有的一个运作流程，包括你们的产品，你刚刚说做的不快，这个也是好的，因为我们本身每个人就不需要那么多产品。